All right, we are going to talk about proper push-up technique today. I will say this is probably one of the areas where I see the worst form being used by people. There's a lot of rounding through the back, dropping of the hips, piking of the hips. All of that can put a lot of strain along your spinal column, causing compressions through the upper neck and upper back, as well as through the lower back. So if you find that when you're doing push-ups, you end up with this lower back pain or lower back discomfort, some of that may be from how you're performing push-ups. So let's talk first about proper push-up technique. And I'm going to show you both progressions as well as modifications. So the standard for a woman to perform a push-up is actually on her knees. Most of the guidelines for women as far as how many push-ups per strength per age is based upon a push-up being performed on the knees. So we're going to start there as the standard push-up position. Okay, so what we're going to do is you want your arms to be directly underneath your shoulders, not in front where your nose is. So directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are back and you're on the front of the knees, not directly on top of the knee, on the front of the knee as though you were on the front of the leg. You want your arms to be slightly wider than your shoulders. So if you're using a standard yoga mat, your hands are coming to the edge of a yoga mat. This works as well with a towel. So if you need a guide, use a towel or a yoga mat for your guide. Belly button is drawn up and in, so once again, you're going to take that nice deep breath. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, belly button's drawn up and in. And what you're going to do is you're lowering your chest to the floor and then exhaling and pushing away. Inhaling to lower your chest to the floor, exhale and pushing away. When you come on down, elbows are going out to the side. As you push away, you're pushing through the heel of your hand. Belly button stays drawn up and in the entire time. You want to take these slow. This is not where we're banging them out, okay? The reason you want to take them slow is because you're developing good form and strength as well as strength endurance. We don't need, for most of us in our daily lives, to have a plyometric movement with our arms, chest, and upper back. Now, if that is very, very difficult for you, you have a few options. One of the options that you can do is you can place a pillow or several towels underneath your chest. And what you do is you bring your chest to the pillows or the towels and then push away. Now you're not dropping your chin, you're looking directly out in front of you, not directly down because that will round through your upper back as you can see what happens. So you're looking about a foot in front of you. And then just drop yourself down to where those pillows or towels would be and go with a shorter range of motion. Now if that is still difficult for you, a modification would be to use a bench. Okay, now you can use your couch, you can use a chair, you could use a coffee table. And what you're going to do is same positioning. So my arms are under my chest, I'm on the front of my legs, belly button is drawn up and in, and I'm just lowering myself to that table and pushing away through the heel of my hand. Once again, I'm looking about a foot in front, so I'm not looking directly down. My shoulders are pulled down and back, belly button's pulled up and in. And I'm moving in that slow motion yet again. Work up to these, and once you can do about 3 sets of 10 of push-ups on an incline, try bringing it back down to the floor and seeing if you can do them on the floor on your knees. You may have to do a slight range of motion difference, so using that pillow or that towel, but doing them on the bench or on the incline like that using a chair or the couch or whatever allows it to be slightly easier because you don't have all your weight that you're lifting up against gravity. Now, if you want to make that push-up on your knees slightly harder, go ahead and take it up onto your toes. Now, in this position, we're in a plank position, so it's the same thing. You're going to always start on your knees so you can get in the right position. Hands underneath your chest, head is pulled back, shoulders are down and back, belly button's drawn up and in. Take your toes and put them down and just come up onto the toe, pushing back through the heel. And then in this position, you're going to come down, exhale to push away. Come on down, exhale to push away. Inhale, exhale. And that is your progression to make it harder. Now you can use any versions of those that you want and try to always push yourself. So if doing 3 sets of 10 on your knees on the floor is super easy, try doing 2 sets of 10 on your knees, 1 set of 10 on your toes, and then slowly add in more sets of 10 on your toes. Now, if doing them on the floor is incredibly hard on your knees, then do 2 sets on the bench on the incline, 1 set on the floor, always challenging yourself to do just a little bit more.